Hello, content and information seekers. My name is Warren Muzak. I'm a freelance illustrator from Ontario, Canada, and I just kind of wanted to share a little bit about my process with you, especially for you new artists that are trying to get into digital artwork, drawing with the digital tablets. I know that not everyone's got a lot of money, especially right now in the current economy. So I am proud to share with you an excellent drawing program that I found that I know you guys will enjoy, especially you users of Photoshop and can no longer afford the Adobe subscription. And that's what happened to me as well. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. What we're looking at here on my screen is we're looking at a program called Krita. Krita is an open source drawing program very similar to Photoshop. It's free, which is awesome. It works very well with my Wacom Cintiq Pro, which is awesome. So if you guys are looking for a good starting point for your digital illustration career, Krita is a great way to go. So as you can see, looking at the screen right now, it is very similar setup to Photoshop itself. You know, you got your toolbars along the side, your file menus, blah, 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 your layers over here, and your brushes. So what I found was I've been using Photoshop for years. The learning curve to switch over to this was not a problem. And for the new people that are on there, I tell you right now, YouTube is an excellent resource for a beginner for Krita. There's plenty of videos out there ready to guide you through the steps and even go into a lot more detail and functions that I myself don't use and couldn't help you with if I wanted to anyways. So having said that, let's just get started. I'll do a quick little demonstration with it right now. So what I'm going to create is I'm going to create a thumbnail for an upcoming video, maybe even this video, I'm not sure. But first what we're going to do is we're going to start by hitting the file, and we are going to go to new, and that's going to open up this dialog box and ask us to set our size. So I'm going to set something up to be displayed on YouTube and Instagram and yada yada yada. So I'm going to create a 1920 by 1080 canvas, and I'm going to keep it to 200 dpi, you know, to keep the quality up, but to keep the file size down. So let's just hit create there, and there we go. So this is our art board here, and what I really like about Krita is its interaction with the mouse right away, right out of the box. I didn't set any of this up custom. This is exactly how it came. So with my mouse, I have one of these here, and it's got the center roller on it, and of course the left and right, but actually this is the ergonomic one, which I also suggest you guys to get. So with the center roller, if I roll it back and forth, that gives us our zoom right away. If I hold it down and move the mouse, I can move the canvas around, and it's really convenient because I can keep my drawing utensil in one hand, mouse in the other, and use them simultaneously. So I can be sketching away, zoom in a little bit, do some details, zoom back out, check and see how it looks, bump the page over to the other side, draw something else real quick, zoom out, see how it looks. It's fantastic. It's a great, great, great interaction between these tools. So, and like Photoshop and like most programs, Control or Command A is select all, delete, deletes it. So, having said that, I can go over a couple of the little functions of it before we get started, sticking with the artboard, because as an illustrator, you know, like I said, I don't know all the functions of Krita. I know what I need to know, and what I need to know works very, very well. So if I want to rotate the canvas, I think in Photoshop, I don't know about the newer versions, because I've only worked with up to CS 5.5. You can rotate the canvas, but there was a little bit of a thing to go through, and I can't remember what it was anyway, to tell you the truth. With Krita, it's super easy. 4, 5, and 6 on your number pad. 4 does counterclockwise. 5 or 6 rather does clockwise. 5 puts it right in the center. You can also use the minus to zoom out and the plus to zoom in. So all of that stuff, beautiful. Works great. Helps speed up my process, that's for sure, and get work out quicker, which is really important. Once again, guys, Krita is free. Don't forget that. So the brushes that it comes with, I think, are excellent. The preset brushes I find beautiful. I haven't needed to go and find any custom brushes. I'm sure you can make custom brushes in Krita. Again, that's probably a feature in it that I'm not aware of because I don't need it. So what I do though is I have a select set of brushes that I go to on the regular, and this one here is one of them. This is my standard drawing brush. So you saw that quick in the demonstration. It works really well. It's excellent touch sensitivity with the Wacom. I love the line that it gives. It's nice and tight and clean. I do a lot of my comic and cartooning work with this one here. The next go-to brush that I have is this fella right here. There we go. This one. So I use this one for my shading a lot. Maybe some textures. I just love the way that this one works. And I like how it automatically goes to a lighter tone. So if you can see here, the opacity is 100%, but that's definitely not 100%. That is. And I can build up the layers with this one nicely and create some excellent gradient effects with it. So those are my two main go-to brushes. There's a couple of others here that I've found that work really well. There is a kind of like a pencil one. It's not too bad. That's this guy here. But I don't really like it as much. I like these harder lines and the finer points that the first brush I showed you goes into. There's just tons. There's so many of them here. This is a good one for texturing. It's another graphite kind of brush. But I'm telling you, the preset brushes in here, especially for a beginner, you got lots to work with. And if you want to create your own brushes, I'm sure someone on YouTube is ready to show you how to do it, and it'll probably take you seconds to create the thing. So, showing you all of that stuff, let's get in and we'll do a little bit of a drawing here. Now, I haven't completely abandoned paper. I still keep my sketchbooks handy. I still do a lot of my rough work in my sketchbooks. Little character design work, boom, just like that, boom, just like this. Throw it into the scanner, import it right into Krita, and do my inking on that or my final artwork. And just to show you a quick little bit of that process, I got the rough sketch character design I did for the thumbnail that I want to work on, and he is right here. Okay, so I've got the image dropped in here, as you can see, but it doesn't fit on the canvas size. So what I'm going to do is go over to this toolbar here. I'm going to grab these handles. This gives me my handles. Control, Alt, and left click on the mouse, and I can scale this back down so it'll fit. Boom, there we go. And it's on its own layer over here. So what I'm going to do next, apparently I got something on that paint layer. Okay, so then I'm going to go over to my paint layer, make sure that one's on top because this is actually going to be my drawing layer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back over to my brushes. I am going to go to my favorite drawing brush, and that's that guy there. And I'm going to set the size. I like to work within between, I think it's 12 and 15 pixels here is kind of where my comfort zone is. So I get that set up and I can just start drawing. And so this is my digital inking, if you will. And like I said, you got a whole slew of brushes, a whole bunch of choices to go through and test out and see which ones you like best, because guaranteed you're not going to like everything that I am showing you. In fact, you might be looking at this pen right now and thinking, man, that looks terrible. Well, the good thing is you got a lot of options to go through when you first get it. And again, the whole thing is free, so you got nothing to lose. So I just go through, do my quick little inking job here, give dude some eyebrows, like that. And again, like I said, I'm using the Wacom Cintiq Pro, that's the 16-inch version. and Krita and the Wacom work extremely well together. They talk well together. I don't have any issues with them, no little glitches. They play nice, and I like that. So there we go, again using the number pad to rotate my canvas and flip-flop it around, zooming in and out by using that middle roller on the mouse. Makes for very quick and efficient work. And what I also like to do is I like to go back in and I use my eraser just as much as I use my pen tool to give myself those extra sharp lines. So basically, this is Krita. This is what I use it for. I've been using Krita now for, I think, about a year and a half is when I started using it. I don't think of Photoshop anymore. I also have found an excellent replacement for Adobe Illustrator, and that is called Affinity Designer if you are looking for that. And one other thing I am going to point out about Adobe and Krita, so in case you have a client like I end up having many times that actually need an Adobe file, not a problem, Krita's got you covered. So if I wanted to save this because I was going to send it to someone who needed an Adobe file, you can actually save this as a layered Photoshop file. So if you go into your Save As, down here, Save As Type, open up that bar, and look at all the options you got, and right there is Photoshop image .psd. And this Krita will save it to Photoshop with all the layers intact, so anybody can open it up in Photoshop, and if they want to rework it, re-edit it, do whatever they want, they absolutely can. And there are no glitches between Krita and Photoshop. They talk extremely well together too. So all around, Krita is my favorite drawing program, and I'm telling you, if you're getting into it, if you're a pro at this, you've been at it for years, but you want to dump Adobe Photoshop, Krita is a solid way to go. So thanks guys for watching. Give it a shot. Right now I'm using version 4.4.5. It's November 2022. I probably should go and check out and see if there is a newer version, but this one's been working so well, I haven't even really missed anything. So thanks again guys for watching. Give this a try. Let me know in the comments if you did try it, what you thought of it. Maybe you learned something on it that you can show me. I'd really appreciate it. Take care. See you later.